Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our mathematics lesson today. Remember, we were through with tabs. Today we shall be looking on proportion. We did ratio, then we want to proceed to proportion now. It's also very common in an examination, and we shall be dealing with some questions which are also examinable. We shall be tackling the examinable questions from it now. Here there is a very good question which is common in examination, especially in JESMA exams. Sometimes they test or target exams. Here you are told, using 2 tractors, a farmer can dig a piece of land in 20 days. The farmer uses 2 tractors for the first 8 days and then hires 6 more tractors. How many days does it take to dig the piece of land? So we list now. So what we have tractors and we have days. You are told using 2 tractors can dig a piece of land, a farmer, in 20 days. The farmer uses 2 tractors for the first 8 days. The farmer uses the 2 tractors for the first 8 days. And then hires 6 more tractors. And then hires 6 more tractors. He hires 6. They were 2. He hired 6 more tractors. So 6 plus 2 now. There will be 8 tractors now. He hired 6 more tractors, so it will become 6 plus 2, 8. He hired 6 more tractors. How many days now? We don't know the days. How many days? We don't know the days, question mark, or X. How many days will it take the piece of land? So when you see such a question now, it's a complicated one. So he used 2 tractors to dig a piece of land in 20 days. So when you see such a question now, what do? You introduce what is called working hours. Working hour. Introduce what is called working hour. So 2 tractors, 20 days, the working hours will be 40. 20 times 2. He used the same 2 tractors in 8 days. Working hours, 8 times 2, 16. He hired the 6 more. There were 2. He hired the 6 more tractors. They will become 8. Though so we don't know the number of days they worked. The working hours now. How do we get the working hours of this one now? To get the working hours of this one, we subtract the 2 working hours of the days we have. So here, subtract now. Here you get 4. Here you get 224. So we have tractors. The number of days we don't know. We have 24 working hours. What do we do? How do we get these days? When you multiply this one and this one, you will get this one, 40. When you multiply 8 times 2, you will get 16. Now, which number when you multiply 8 will give you 24 now? That's what we will say. When you multiply 8 times 2, you get 16. 20 times 2, 40. Here we have 8. Total working hours, we subtracted the 2 is 24. Which number when you multiply this 8 will give you this one? So it is 3. You divide it now. So what do you say? You say 8 times x. You say 8x. So you say 8x is equal to 24 now. Alpha 8, alpha 8. Cancel. X is equal to by 8, 1 by 8, 3. X is equal to 3. So here is 3. Because when you say 8 times 3, you will get 24. But now the question is asking, how many days does it take to dig the piece of land? Total number of days. Now what we do now, they were supposed to finish the whole land in 20 days. So the number, when he used the 2 tractors, he used the 8 days. When he used the 6 more tractors, he used the 3 days. So what do we do now? We added the 2 now. So we come here, we say 8 plus 3, which is equal to 11. 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. So the number of days required to dig the piece of land is 11 days. That is how we solve. I'm repeating. Using two tractors, you write tractors. Two tractors can dig a piece of land in 20 days. Days 20. We introduce what is called working hour. Working hour now, 2 times 20 is 40. Then they say that now the farmer uses two tractors, the same two tractors. Sometimes they will tell you, after digging, sometimes they will not tell you the two. After still is using the same tractors he used. So they will tell you a farmer used two tractors to dig a piece of land in 20 days. After doing that, when you hear he's still using the same vehicle. So after using two tractors, that is 8 days. He used 8 days. Working hours, 8 times 2, 16. He hired 6 more tractors. 6 plus 2, 8. The number of days we don't know. Working hours, we subtract the 2 working hours we have is 24. So now let us get this x now. 8 times x is 8x is equal to working hours. Which number will you multiply? 8 will give you 24. It's 3 because 8 times 3 is 24. So x is 3. These are 3. Now they're asking now the number of days he has used now. So this was 20 was the total number of days required to be finished, the work to be over. So what you do now, you say 8 plus 3, you get 11 days. You add the 2 days. 8 plus 3, you will get 11 days. That's how we solve. So when you see such a question using the same vehicle, different days, you introduce what is called working hours. You introduce what is called working hours. Let us see another one. It will take total of another question. Question 2. It will take 21. It will take 21 workers. It will take 21 workers. It will take 21 workers 60 days to build a bridge. To build a bridge, how many workers should be employed to build? How many workers? How many workers should be employed to build? How many workers should be employed to build the same bridge in 15 days? To build the same bridge. In 15 days. In 15 days. So what do we do now? So we say it will take 21 workers, so we write workers. 21 workers in 60 days. That's how we write. We list to build a bridge. How many workers? They're asking the number of workers we don't know. How many workers should be employed to build the same bridge in 15 days? In 15 days. Now, what do we do now? Is this indirect or direct? For you to know your answer, you first ask yourself, there were 21 workers. The 21 workers took 60 days, 2 months. So they are told how many workers can finish the work within 15 days. They are asking. So ask yourself now, if 21 workers finished the work in 60 days, 21 workers, men, finished the work in 60 days, then you are told there was certain number of men who finished the work within 15 days. Are those many? Are those men many, or they are few? They are many, because kazi ilisha haraka, they finish the work within 2 weeks. So what we do, we must get more men, more workers than this one. So it is indirect proportion. It is indirect proportion. So by 15 1, by 15 4, by 15 4, by 15 4. So what do we do now? We multiply now. We say 21 times 4. 21 times 4, you get 84 men. You will get 84 men. You will get 84 men. That's how we solve. And that is the answer. Then they say the question I'm repeating, it will take 21 workers 21, to do a work of bridge in 60 days. 60 days. How many workers should be employed to finish the work within 60 days? 21 is equal to 60. 15 days, how many men? So we must get more men so that they finish the work very fast. So it is indirect. By 15 1, by 15 4. 21 times 4, you will get 84 workers. So you will get 84. So we require 84 workers. That is how we solve. Another one, you are told 4 men can do a piece of work in 28 hours. 4 men can do a piece of work in 28 hours. Can do a work in 28 hours. How many more men will be required? How many? How many more men will be required to do the same work? Will be required will be required to do the same work. To do the same work in 16 hours. In 16 hours. This is also very common in examination. 4 men can do a piece of work in 24 hours. How many more? You underline this keyword. That's the keyword. First thing. Because learners do forget this statement or this word, the more. It's very important, or less. So you are told 4 men, we write men. 4 men can do a work in hours, in 28 hours. Then you are told how many more men will be required to do the same work in 16 hours now. 16 hours. Now ask yourself now, 4 men finish the work in 28 hours. Now there are those who finish the work within 16 hours. Those men are many because they finished the work within 16 hours. And there are others, 4 men finish the work 28 hours. So these men should be more. So it is now indirect. It's now indirect. What do we do now? We say by 4 1, by 4 4, by 4 1, by 4 7. So here we have 7 men. We have 7 men. So 7 men finished the work within 16 hours. 4 men finished the work in 28 hours. But this is not the answer. The question is asking how many more men will be required. There were 4. And the number of men who finished the work within 16 hours were 7 in number. How many more men were required now? Wangapi wameongezeka walikuwa wanahitajika? How many more men? What do we do? 7 minus 4, we subtract now. Here more. Subtract more men. Men minus men. The initial men were 4. The final men that finished the work within 16 hours were 7 in number. So subtract now. 7 minus 4, 3. So 3 more men. 3 more men. So that is the answer. You are told 4 men can do a work in 28 hours. How many more men are required to do the work in 16 hours? 4, 28. What about 16? Indirect. You must get more. That's why 7 is more than 4. So indirect proportion. By 4 1, by 4 4, by 4 1, by 4 7. 7 men. That would have been answer if they would have said how many men were supposed to finish the work in 16. But they said how many more? You subtract now 7 minus 4. You get 3 more men. You'll get 3 more men. Another question. You are told 20 men working in a factory. 20 men working in a factory. 20 men working in a factory produce 3,000 articles. Produce 3,000 articles. produce 3,000 articles in 12 working days. 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 You are told how long will it take 16 men? How long will it take? How long will it take? How long will it take 16 men? 16 men to do 16 men to do the same number of articles, to do the same number of articles, to do the same number, to do the same number of articles, to do the same number of articles, to do the same number of articles. It's also very common. You are told men, 20 men. You write men. You list what you have. Men. 20 men produces a factory. 20 men working in a factory produces 3,000 articles. You write articles. You write the nouns you are given. Articles. 3,000 articles. In 12 working days. 12 working days. 20 men working in a factory produces 3,000 articles in 12 days. Then the question is asking, how long will it take 16 men, 16, you only follow the instruction, 16 men to do the same number of articles, to do the same number of articles. Same number of articles means they are the same. So you are told, that 20 men working in a factory to produce. How long will 16 men take? How long 16 men will take now? How long? The number of days we don't know. 20 men, 3,000 articles, 12 days. 16 men producing the same number of articles. Same number of articles, if you hear they are same, 3,000. How many days will they take now? So when you see such a question now, we have three things here. What you do, the articles are same. There are so many ways we can do, but in easy way I always prefer and tell my learners to do when the articles are same. Sometimes they will give you articles, the items that are same. So what you do, since they are same, 3,000, 3,000, you ignore this one. Because they are same, they cancel one another. So when they cancel one another, you come here, you remain with men, 20 men, days, you remain with days, you cancel this one. In 12 days, now 16 men will take for how long? You come up with that. So they wanted to confuse you. So when they say the same, they ignore because they cancel one another. So now 20 men can do a work in 12 days. 16 men now. So the number of men now reduced now. So when the number of men reduced now, the number of days will be more, because when the men are less, the number of the days will go up, will increase now. The more the men, the lesser the days. The lesser the men, the more the days. That's what we say. So we must get now more men. So it's indirect. By 4, 3. By 4, 4. By 4, 1. By 4, 5. 5 times 3. 5 times 3, we get 15. So they will take 15 days. That's why they are more, because men are less, the number of days will be more. When the men are less, the number of days are more. When the men are more, the number of days will be less. So that is how we solve. The last question from this topic is here. You are told 10 kg of fertilizers are needed. 10 kg of fertilizers. 10 kg of fertilizers are needed. Needed on every 5 meters squared, on every 5 meters squared, on every 5 meters squared of vegetable farms, of vegetable farm, Then you are told how many tons are needed. How many tons how many tons are needed? How many tons for 30 hectare? For a 30 hectare, for a 30 hectare farm, for a 30 hectare farm, question mark. You are told 10 kg of fertilizers, you write kg, 10 kg of fertilizers requires 5 meters squared. You write here meters squared, 5 meters squared. You list what you are told. You follow the instruction of vegetable farm. How many tons are needed for a farm in 30 hectares? So you are given here 30 acres and here we have 5 meters squared. This is where the problem is. So what do you do? They are not in the same unit. What do? You change 30 hectares into meters squared. You say 30 multiplied by 10,000. Where is 10,000 from? You must know that 1 hectare is always equals to 10,000 meters squared. That one you should know. 1 hectare is equals to 10,000 meters squared. So now you say times 10. So here you will get 300,000 meters squared. We have changed this one into meters squared because here it's in meters squared. So what about 300,000 meters squared? Now, what we do now, 10 is this. This one, 300,000 meters squared. What about now? How many kgs are there? So what we do, we say cross multiply. We say cross multiply. This one is a direct proportion. 10 is this. What about this? Now we say now 10 times 300,000 meters squared over 5 meters squared. We want to get kg, meters squared, by 5 1, by 5 2. So here you will get 600,000 kg, because here was kg. But you are told how many tons divided by 1,000, because 1 ton is equals to, okay, 1 ton is equals to 1,000 kg. You should know that. So cancel, you cancel. So here you will get 600 tons. You will get 600 tons. You get 600 tons. So what do you do in short? Here is in hectare and this one is in meter. What do? You change the hectare into meters. 1 acre is equals to 10,000 meters squared. What about 30 acres? You will get 300,000 meters squared. So 10 kg, 5 meters squared. 300,000 meters squared will be required how many kgs? So this one is more. We must get more kgs. So cross multiply. If you use indirect, it's impossible. We'll get a lesser kg. We must get more kg. So cross multiply. 10 kg multiplied by 300,000 over meters squared. You will get 600,000 kg. You change in ton. 1 ton is equals to 1,000 kg. So divided by 1,000, you get 600 tons. Some people might say, why are we doing cross multiply? Well, if you use the way we are using indirect, you will get a lesser answer. 10 kg. 5 meters squared. So we require more now, more kgs to fit this one now. So that's why we get 600 tons. We have exhausted the good questions about proportion. So we shall stop it there. I wish you all the best. Thank you.